just because.
Yeah. Yeah, it might be cool to upload, but yeah, like I think that Dunbar's number thing is like super real, man. Like I've been noticing it within our let me click OK real quick, my bad. I've been noticing it like within our community. Like obviously like we've been growing pretty well, but it's like the calls hover around that 100 people, like 50 to 100 people mark constantly. Like and it's like once they get above 100, I feel like people are like this is such a big call, what I don't feel special anymore. Like same thing with like, so I don't know, man. I've kind of been challenged by the intimacy. It's interesting you bring that up too. It's a
I just
hard one there.
I
I
just
had a
heard something actually about that relates to this. It's about the bigger a call gets, the less targeted and specific you can talk about things like it. And the theory is called like the bike shed theory. So it's like the safe there are these group of technical people talking about the safety of this nuclear power plant, and then all the people are welcome to join in the company or whatever. And so the 80% of the call ends up being about what color the bike shed in the parking lot is going to be. It's fat. I just heard it this morning. I actually heard
Yeah,
it from someone who was talking about Kendrick's lyrics. He's dissecting them on TikTok. He's fascinating. He's doing a really good job. And he was talking about how like a lot of it goes over certain people's heads. And oh God, I've just been obsessed with that lately.
because
love that.
I was part of a company which I was a co-founder of where we were doing like kind of 1 million a year and stuff, and it was all groups and group coaching and stuff like that, but like proper coaching, like coaching people live. And one of the things that worked for me when I had groups, so I had about 150 people on this group, like looking to build a coaching business, but not necessarily through school, but it was like teaching coaches how to go out and create clients through interactions, right? And one thing we used to do is the coaching, right? And then once somebody got coached, we would then open it up like, what did everyone get from their sharing, or what did they see for themselves inside, you know, Levi's coaching session? What did you get for yourself? And then you get that sharing from like 10, 20 people, and they get subliminally coached from looking at coaching and then saying, well, I have a similar experience. So that kind of worked on the really bigger groups, getting sharing after key insights or coaching.
That's huge. But it does require everybody on the call to be like a student of the game, if that
Yeah,
makes sense. Like you have to like I feel like some people learn like by looking at other people, right? Like somebody could hop into Bijan's free community and be like, "Oh, this is how you do a free community. Like this is built out beautiful. There's opportunities to hop on a call with him for free so that I could build like somebody would understand that, but then other people unfortunately, it seems like kind of need, hey, you need to have free calls where you can connect with people and it needs to be broke down. And unfortunately, I feel like most of the time, like within our community, I feel like there's a lot of people who are students and they like you said, you like ask somebody about their experience or whatever, and then they learn from
yeah.
like the
Who wants to
interaction. But
share? Like, and they're sharing their experience, right?
yeah, exactly. But then other times I really feel like people are like, "Oh, that's a cool story. What should I do though?" Like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like they don't know how to like soak the information out of the interaction. So that's the one like difficult thing I've been like encountering. But at the same time, I've also wondered like how big is a community supposed to get, even if that makes sense? Like, don't get me
Or
wrong,
a
like,
group, yeah.
yeah, or a group, right? Like, not I love growth, I love making money, but at the same time, I want everybody to like be here for a minute. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like to be 100% honest, like, I churned quite a bit after winning the school games, right? Like, most people got hit with a rebill, or like they got hit with like another thing and they were like, or they realized the rebill was coming up and they were like, so I don't want 20 people leaving
Yeah. Yeah, it's a
a
bad feeling
month.
when someone leaves your school group. You're like, ah, it like hurts. Like when you see the canceling or the churned, I'm like, damn.
I literally try and talk to all of them, and
Yeah.
but the only thing is there's usually like they've came in like, and that's why we try and do onboarding. We try and do all this stuff, but we do group onboarding because so many people are coming. And then there's a lot of intricacies, man. I'd love to almost like pay Bajan for a consultation, let him come in and look at everything because I
Oh,
think
I love it.
I think you'd have some ideas on, I literally got the group onboarding thing from the one days. Like I literally
Yeah.
heard somebody mention it in the one days. They were like, hey, do onboarding, even if it's group onboarding. We were doing one-on-one onboarding, soaking so much time into like, literally like trying, and then we're like, wait, you can group onboard people. So it's like I feel like I'm learning stuff every day from people.
They talk about it in this. And
Oh
Layla
God.
talked about how I think, or maybe it was a video I watched. They talked about how they were getting hit with, a lot of churn. Be I'll send you the video. I just watched it. It was very interesting their solution because they had multiple different paths for people to take. So instead of having multiple different paths, they just had the quick cash accelerator for the gym launch, and that was the only path because that got people the success, like, and paid back their tuition
The
within
uh
30
the
days.
Yeah.
that quick TTV, quick time to value.
Yeah, yeah.
I
That's
And
think
huge.
it's crazy because even with my group with just 91 members, I've I'm starting to see the percentages and like splits of like, okay, so I've had two members have some like real tangible success. What what
Yes.
what did I do for those people to actually get them and to get them to do it? And I was at the time I was getting everyone to just charge for their group and get that first sale. And I kind of haven't had time to say that yet in the past few weeks, but it worked. But I'm gonna do it again, but better this time.
well,
Um,
I've obviously I'm I've been studying NLP for like 10 years and I've taught it and I've practiced NLP. And one thing in NLP, we can elicit some more strategies for doing that. So if you want me to do it and I'll help you out, I can help you elicit your strategies for how you did that. So then
oh,
you
sick.
can then replicate it
Yeah.
because you've got an unconscious strategy that you don't know that you did. But yeah, with NLP, I can help you actually elicit that strategy so you can replicate it and you can teach it.
Yeah, okay. And the ideal client for that, I've realized is people who have studied this stuff for so long and have bought all kinds of courses, but have never just taken the simple actions to make that first sale. Because that was the person that I helped to do that. And she made immediately after I was like, no, 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 stop pretending to not charge for your stuff. Just put $7 on the thing. And immediately she made like 3 sales, 1 year-long sale, $77. And I'm like, okay, now we can really get to work because like the
Yeah.
money makes things different, even a dollar. Like when someone pays you a dollar and you just have $1 and one person on the school dashboard, like for MRR, you're like on the hook.
Oh, that feels good too, but at the same time, like for instance, like I had a guy and he was like trying to charge like a little bit of money for his group. I think it was like $10 or $20, something like that. He had like 2 or 3 members, and I was like, bro, it's time to use your own referral link, go make a free group, and then run up your attention because like don't get me wrong, like not everybody's using the free to paid model. Like it's like I think you're 100% correct as long as you still have a lead magnet as your free funnel too. Because
Yeah. Yeah.
and I feel like people get so hooked up. They're like, I don't want to make another school. I don't want to pay for
Uh,
2 profiles. And it's like, no, like you have to pay
I
$160, whatever it's gonna be for the two of them. And
I
then
think a
it's
lot
gonna
of times people don't know that they can have two school groups within their account. A lot of the time they think they have to make another account or it comes with, they don't have to pay the $99. Most of the time it isn't even like the fact of paying another
I,
$99 or
I,
something.
I most people I've encountered with it actually is the money. They're kind of like they're
Yeah.
sheepish on like the platform still. They're like trying to figure it out, and then they're like, "Wait, pay again every month? Why can't
Yeah.
I just have it?" And it's like, just stop, do this, follow
Yeah.
these steps. Because I've told people to do the free model, and they like I'll like call people or like talk to them for like 5 minutes who are like stagnant with school, and I'm like, go make a free community, and then they're like, yo, dude, I got like 50 members in here, a couple of them converted, like I feel like that's how you got to feel that motion too, like the MRR building, but then you got to have members flowing in, you got to have opportunities like this for people to meet you and talk to you, you know what I'm saying? Otherwise, how are you going to ever build the trust for them to pull out their credit card?
Yeah. Truthfully,
I think like
$99 isn't even that much for what you get. And it sounds like it's almost $100, but in reality, you spend that in 2 or 3 days just eating out.
If I start talking about school too much, I will literally make this shit sound like an MLM from how much I
I know.
like it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's like
Yeah. For real. Yeah. I'm starting to feel that way when I make like TikToks. But
I'll go out with like my wife's friends, and I'm like, "What do you guys do?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, like this that." And I'm like, "Have you guys heard of Skool?" And they're like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa."
yeah. But then, I started to do it to like, okay, how it relates to like if you're a swimming instructor, it's the same thing. Like it's just a
I
place to deliver the message.
I tell all the
Yeah.
people that all the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Because
think the big thing for me is obviously like I've got clients I've worked with one to one, so I'm transitioning to this men's group, which is my one to one stuff's like premium, but you know, Abidjan's been helping me. Like I've started my first group because I've been doing one to one for 10 years and in person stuff, and now I'm going to kind of build like an online community and then transition to more in person stuff again. So just building this school community, and it's a men's group basically for men who have lost, who have something's missing, or they want to get to the next level, and they maybe want to have more a sense of belonging, a deeper purpose, deeper connection with each other, right? So it's like proper deep coaching, like, you know, uncompromising stuff to help them grow, right? So I'm in this position now where I've just created the first group. I'm new to school. I've got no one in my group yet because I've just been creating the description. I've only been in it doing it a week, but my content's getting traction now. But it's going to be less people in it because it's going to be like straight into that kind of group coaching. So I'm into this place now where like I'm happy with 20, 30, 40 people paying 297, right? But at the same time, I've got to kind of do some it's around the fire. So I've got to kind of do like some behind the scenes stuff to like enroll sort of 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people. So then when I promote it, people go to the page and they're like, oh, okay, there's 10 people already in there. So I'm gonna have to do a bit more legwork, probably doing like behind the scenes stuff, saying, hey, look, this group launches in 4 weeks, and do a little bit of a kind of run into that. So I've got time to get on calls and then enroll people into it. So that's
Yeah.
where I'm now working out ways to do that
and also,
stuff.
by the way, you don't even need an about page if you're transferring members that you all or paid people that you've already helped to the school group, they don't need to see the about page. They just need to see the inside.
So they just need to see the what? Sorry.
The
The
inside of the
inside.
you don't even like one of the games winners didn't even have anything in the text box below his about page video.
So then I've got to do like so build that in, do some videos about what the kind of the group's about.
And the way I've been doing it is getting on like two Zoom calls a day at 11 a.m. and 6 p.m. So those are kind of like videos, but I can make a video now based on all the questions that I've been getting in these Zoom calls. Because I've done like what 70 of these in the past like 40 days.
So then I'll have to. How will I get people? Because right now is what I've been doing is I've been saying, hey, to my current clients and people I know, hey, I've got this new group I'm creating. They're like, that sounds awesome. And obviously, then when I can then email that and say, hey, join the group. But then I kind of in that place where they could just look at the about page and go, oh, okay, great. Like it's like, do you know what I mean? Surely I've
Yeah,
got to have some conversations with them before
I've
that's
had
taken.
yeah, this is exactly what I faced too, because I could send my about page link to everyone and they didn't care. But
Oh, right.
that's why you got to send the Zoom link to like 100 people, and 10 of them will get on Zoom with you. And those 10 people, you'll show the inside of school. You'll show like what you plan to do with it. And Hormozi said this too. For a gym membership, he would spend like a one-on-one call for like 30, 40 minutes to just get one person to sign up for $99 for a gym.
Yeah.
Same concept. That's why I'm doing this here.
And what about emailing them an invite from inside of the school platform too, Bijan? Would you recommend that? Like I kind of like do that sometimes too. Like
Yeah.
actually if you have their email, Adrian, like you wouldn't even like for instance, if you were just trying to get someone into the group, right? If you wanted to give someone an invite, like who was like a homie or something, like and you were just trying to like get like 5 people in there so that like the first person who bought would feel like they're the 6th person or whatever, or the 7th person, you can just take their email, right, and literally send them an invite from inside of school. Yeah, there you go, Bijan, right there. And
Yeah.
then they never even see the about page. They just accept your invite, and then they're in the community. And then as you build it out from there, like I can even like, the one thing I do too to make sure that people actually get active in the community is I just put a start here post at the top and pin it, ask people to introduce themselves. because the one thing that's just going to look bad is if you're if your very first person comes in and your community is entirely empty, that's not going to be fun for them, right? But if they come in and there's like 5 introduction posts from like some homies, and you see what
93.
yeah,
So this post gets like a lot of traction because it's the post everyone sees. So if I want people to see this module right here, and I stole this by the way from Stefan Pope. Do you know him? Content Academy. I
that
just
sounds
copied,
familiar.
yeah, I copied this exactly from what he had there because you want people to understand how points work. Because like it seems unimportant, but if that's the one thing that they understand, if they understand that if they get 1 like, it equals 1 point, and the game is kind of to get more likes, and then action items jumpstart your way to level 2. Like this is really well written. And so jumpstart, and then that's the call to action to click this post and make a post there.
So
And then
good.
yeah, so I literally copied and pasted this from his group.
Bijan, that's kick ass, Bijan. That's fucking
Yeah.
sick.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
I just think nobody wants to be number 1 or number 2 or number 3, but everybody's down to be like 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Like that makes them feel lit, right? So like
yeah,
I'd even just give Bajan an invite, right? Or like myself an invite, whoever, like whoever's a homie that would actually like, just so the proof of concept is there, right? And then somebody'd hop on. Bajan's like, yo, what's good? My name's Bajan. I'm, currently focused on, making more money online. Places you could tell people what I'm focused on, what I'm neglecting, what I need help with. Like give them like a prompt to like drop info about themselves. And then they would literally hop in, drop the prompt, you'd interact. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the vibe.
yeah. And by the way, this works for people who are like high net worth too. They love jumping on a school group and sharing this little post. Like people, everyone needs community.
So with me, it's going to be like, obviously, it's going to be like men coming in, and then we're going to be on calls. I'm going to be live coaching with them and like kind of creating like these powerful conversations every week. Um,
Yes.
but I was thinking about doing them bi-weekly or weekly. I haven't quite worked that out yet. But obviously, people get the value from being on a call with me, being in that conversation. So it's kind of, my group is kind of like coaching group coaching and a mastermind type thing, so it's not as like, hey, I'm teaching you this skill. It's more working on their personal growth, development, leadership stuff. And then so they come in refresh afterwards, refreshed, rejuvenated, transformed, then they go back out into the world as a leader, do some shit. So it's an inner work, outer work. So it's challenging them to step up as a leader. It's like holding
Yes.
their feet to the fire. It's like, and then they go out into the world. So it's not as like, hey, I'm learning you how to write copy in there. It's very different to that. So, but obviously it's still a group. So the people in my group are gonna know, okay, there's a community. Oh, and I've got a call in 2 weeks on a Thursday. Because a lot of people have paid me for one-to-one coaching, but now what I'm doing is leveraging my time and energy, and they're paying a lesser fee, but they're not getting the one-to-one support because that's going to be more premium, but they are getting the group support. So they're kind of paying a similar amount of money, maybe saving a bit of money, but
Bro,
then getting coached
that's
in a group. So
yes. From somebody who is making a lot more on high ticket, now making a lot more on low ticket for anything I'm involved with. 7 months ago, everybody was high ticket 1-to-1. 7, 9, 10 months ago, everybody was high ticket 1-to-1. Every offer I work with right now is low ticket group offers. It's sustainable, it's scalable, it's beautiful.
yeah,
You're doing it the right way, bro. You got the right mindset for sure.
I enrolled someone at 10K, right, which isn't probably
Hmm.
my highest fee, and they paid in full. And then I was just like, didn't really do anything. I was just like, oh, okay, great, it's a high ticket. And I've come alive much more in these settings than the one-to-one, because this requires the same energy, but yet
Yes.
I'm making a difference to more people than just the one. Whereas the one's
Yeah.
got the same energy, but it's like you're not using the energy as well. Whereas you can do one-to-one now. Like I'm speaking to Bijan about, like, kind of to make it more exclusive with your time and stuff. You can it, your time is more premium then if you've
No,
got.
bro. I mean, but not in all honesty, you said it though, Adrian, where you're like, yo, like I'm a little bit more bright. Like right now, like me and Majan could be talking, I'd maybe be like one or two notches down on the Levi level, but it's all three of us here. Hey, what's going on? Like, you know what I'm saying? So like you got to turn it up a little bit whenever there's a group and the leader and you probably comes out a little bit more and you're like, all right, and then you're kind of like prompting and shaping a conversation so that the whole group can learn from it. So yeah, bro, it sounds like you're in your bag for real right now.
And
Yeah, and
Sam Ovens,
I also want to be selective of who I allow in this, because it is deep work for men and like bold leadership in the world. So it's not for everybody. Like,
No facts.
so I want to be more selective of who I allow in, because yeah,
I
there's a
think
philosophy for what we
you're
do. There's more of a philosophy of around the fire. It is diving in, and it's diving into the fire, and it's not for everyone. So
yeah.
I
I
want to
think
be more selective with the people I
I
bring
think the
in.
price point would weed people out though. I think that price
297,
point,
yeah.
perfect price point, accessible, but it scares people away who aren't really ready to put in some work.
Yeah, that's what Bijan said. Like, because I wanted to just go with one group to start with, and then like, because it's a transition from one-to-one into group coaching, so that makes sense. And then, so I'm going to trial that out first, and then build a free community. You
I
know.
love that.
and by the way, Sam Ovens himself said, if you had a $6,000 program, but then you charged $1,000 a month for it instead of just 6,000 up front, people end up staying longer, and you can help them longer. You can actually transform them more.
Yeah.
If it's good enough, I think
Yeah.
your LTV could be above 6 months for sure. I
Yeah,
think you're right, Bajan.
yeah.
That's kind of where we were at too with music money. Right before we went into Skool Games, we were charging 1K for a 1 year, right? And it was good value for them. They get it for just a little bit less of a price, right? But that being said, they paid all the value up front. But now our model is 147 a month, right? People they feel a little bit more freedom. Like I can leave at any time. I'm not committed at $1,000 up front, right? That
Yeah.
being said, most people are getting their LTV above 1K now. So
The interesting thing is, like, I charge a high fee, and then after 6 months, somebody doesn't want to renew because it's 10K, and they're like, it's been very profound for them to transform their life, but there's a lot of pressure, like, to deliver that, that value. Like, there's
yeah,
kind of like and it's just like after 6 months, when someone's paid a high fee, they're like, okay, I'm done now. Where do I go? Right. But I've had someone paying me a good fee monthly, and I was on the call the other day with them. I said, oh, how long have we been working together? And they said 8 years. It's just like, just month by month, pay me month by month. I've been working for 8 years, whereas the high fee lasts 3 or 6 months, and then they're like, okay, I'm done now.
that's awesome.
By the way, I always look at the website Mr. Porter. They just sell like things like Louis Vuitton and stuff, and I just go there probably once a day, maybe every 2 days, and just look at the prices of the jackets.
Mr. Porter.
Yeah,
Okay. Men's
I look at
style
the
destination.
yeah, I look at the prices of the jackets, and then I'm like, money doesn't mean anything. But I like high quality stuff, so I appreciate the quality of the materials and the
Sure,
finish.
sure,
Yeah,
but money isn't anything.
yeah, money.
It's of course it's something. Don't get me wrong. I mean, yeah, but
Hey,
Vajon hit the money spread on him.
this is half. It actually smells half as real money. I have like 3 stacks of this fake cash, and it says copy on the back right there.
No, I mean it's perfect for content, which is I mean, don't get me wrong, man, but Vajon's been cranking out some content too, man. I know
That's
it's like
funny that you
I
say
always
that.
I tell people all the time. I told people somebody this on a Kingdom Minds call, one of the other people I work with, he has a real pop in school community too, but he was just saying this, we were kind of agreeing. It doesn't matter how much reach your content is getting, right? If you're actually hitting the right target demographic, like who cares if your TikTok actually gets 1,000 views, right? If all 1,000 people who watch that actually care, you see what I'm saying? Like as
If you
opposed
have a
to it
YouTube
getting,
channel that only 10 like billionaires watch, you're probably gonna be fine.
I mean, dude, look at it. I mean, Andrew Kirby doesn't get that many views. If we're gonna be
Yeah.
like straight up honest, like it's like a lot, but like nothing crazy.
I always check the YouTube Shorts views on every channel that's popping off, right? And Andrew
Yeah,
Kirby, a big channel with his subscriber count would usually have 17 million on like multiple YouTube Shorts. Like that's or 5
yeah.
million and up, right? His top short has like 200,000, which is a relief because like you know, I don't need that. But by the way, in terms of YouTube Shorts, daily dose of the internet. If I could copy one person and just like have his business, I would probably choose that guy. That guy is like nobody sees his face. He gets like 170 million views on every short and every video.
Wait,
He's
who's
making
this?
daily dose of the internet.
Are you serious? I don't think I've heard of this before. Let me go look.
He has a unique way of using his voice in every single video. He just compiles unique stuff across the internet. I actually have a classroom course about this. Master the YouTube Shorts framework. I'll unlock it for you both. They're like
YouTube
quick
grind.
videos where I talk about YouTube Shorts. Let's see, really good channel.
Yeah, no, I just I looked him up too. I'm gonna soak that up. Yeah, I'm low key after I get back from Vegas. I'm low key definitely trying to do some work though, Bijan. I leave in a week to go out there to go meet with them. But like whenever I get back, I'm definitely trying to like set up a one-on-one and like have you like get involved with our stuff because I don't
Yo,
know whether it be like a moderator, like manager, even just a consultant, but I need you, bro.
hell yes. Yeah, that makes me that's some validation that makes me feel pretty awesome. So I don't want to feel that yeah, stop. You're gonna make me feel too good about myself.
Nah, bro, shit. I mean, don't get me wrong. I know the whole point of everything of this here is like everybody wants to grow their own thing, right? Because that's like what we're doing here, right? But like I've really found a lot of success in having like the team, right? Like having like multiple people, right? Like, you know, I have Chris who I run, Music Money with. We got Sharif Caesar who we run
That's
Kingdom Minds with and stuff. And I think if I had somebody like you, I think those things would be going up in MRR quite a bit, and you could either be getting a slice of the cake or however you want to word it. But
Bro, I feel amazing. And one thing I like to do a lot is like write posts that like get people that like provoke people to engage.
bro, they work, bro. That sounds you and Goose, not to compare, but like
Yeah.
you and Goose actually have posts where I'm like, hold up, I'm gonna read a long form piece of content real
Yeah.
quick. Like, but yeah, good
I
stuff,
like
bro.
to I don't know, it's because I grew up with like in the family I grew up with and I like to provoke or stir the pot or whatever and I like to I just it's funny to me. Like I know what gets people.
I think your first line makes me read. Like the first
Yeah.
two lines. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. And I read a lot of copywriting on like newsletters and stuff. I'm subscribed to like over 150. I usually don't check my email, but when I do, I just like to skim through some of the top ones and I really enjoy reading copywriting. But yeah. So oh, and Adrian, by the way, that post that you did on LinkedIn, w- you got I saw you got like 7 comments under it.
yeah.
What are you going to make another one like that? Because I mean, I need to make one every single day, and I know that's what I'm pushing everyone in this group to do as well.
What I've done is I've already done another one.
Okay.
Yeah. So what I'm going to go for just to manage like my energy around it because I'm good with obviously like podcasts and this type of communication because of
Yep.
dyslexia. It keeps me energy, but I've just got to be mindful of staying too long in text with dyslexia because it's like it starts to merge into. I've got the energy for a period of time, but then I can be doing it for like 4 or 5 hours trying to work it out.
I'm right
So
there
I've
with
just
you.
done one today, but I've got to find a quicker way of doing it because I've just got to, and that comes through practice. But I've done 6 today. Yeah, I've done one today. Sorry, and yeah, I was thinking about doing one on Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Yeah.
Just
Well,
a really good
that
piece of content 3 times a week: Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Because what I find is for some reason is when I post that content, people keep when I post it like 1 or 2 days, still people are commenting on it. So I didn't want, and whenever I post another piece of content, it's just like tumbleweed. So I wanted to let the energy of that go, which is usually a day, and then boof Wednesday. So I was going to do one Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and just be consistent with that, you know?
yeah. Well, one of the people I actually took his course about LinkedIn, he said posting 3 times a week is the best. And I know there's contradicting evidence, so I think I kind of like that 3 post a week thing. But here, by the way, Levi,
Yeah, just on key
here's the
dates, which is
thing.
Monday, Wednesday, Friday, obviously, you know, and I've just done another one. I've done another one. Yeah, today I finished another post ready to go out tomorrow. So
This is Levi, this is the guide I'm talking about that we're stealing from. And Matt Gray literally he said steal this guide. So
yeah,
in
so
every
I've
single
done.
one, he has an image and it's long form double spaced like this, which I think is, and by the way, the key thing, none of this,
Double space is hack, bro. It makes my mind read. I don't know if it does
yeah,
for other people.
but double
Yeah, so I've
spaced
got.
and in conjunction with like having it super simple, like get more sleep is step number 4. 10 steps to increase your focus, get more sleep. Like the fact that it's simple like this, and then by the way, these are not easy to make. Like it, and I'm trying to get people to just say, write Instagram right there. Like why you use Instagram or why you use YouTube. Because people keeping it simple like this makes people want to screenshot it and then, look, join the free newsletter.
No, next thing you know, this will be floating around the internet. Like this will be like someone's Facebook post, some random like Facebook page will be like, "Are you trying to focus? Here's some tips." And it's like,
Yeah.
what the hell? How does this get repurposed? Like, you
Yep.
know.
It'd be cool if
It's
school
basic.
had like it'd be cool if school had like a newsletter which you could add to it, and you just write through school, and then you could directly invite people through. Once you've got like say a number of subscribers, you could directly then publish, "Hey, here's my group." Like that would be awesome if they had that.
Yeah, that's kind of how the free to paid model works, Adrian, right? So like I'm not sure
Oh
like
yeah,
do you
yeah, yeah. So the free is the kind of newsletter basically.
I
yeah, and
will be doing a newsletter
I
What's
use
that?
my you're gonna start doing a newsletter, Bijan?
in the future. I'm going to create a newsletter because you can just scale it up to a ton more people. And I'm not going to start doing that until like a year because Matt Gray has like 100 some thousand subscribers on his newsletter. There's different, but it's a whole different thing. It's it
Yeah,
like you
that
shouldn't
be
focus on both at once.
that being said, you could still use like the free community, right? And use the toggle feature every 72 hours, right? To actually email your group. And that's the don't get me wrong, email a newsletter is dummy lit, but like Rajon said, that's gonna take a minute to build. So like I'd almost just start building the free community and then
Yeah.
email people every 72 hours with a value email and the little link to the about page of the paid around the fire group. That'd be how I'd be
Here's what's
doing it,
so
bro.
crazy too. Before school, we would just not know each other. We would just be emails on someone's newsletter list.
Yep.
That's fascinating. There
Yeah,
might be less people, but yeah,
because and to your point, if somebody joined the free community and then they click somebody can't interact with an email newsletter, right? They can go
No.
interact with your school post, leave a comment, you actually respond to them, right? So I think that's the reason why not to start sounding like a school person, but it's like, dude, shit, it's like, why you like, don't get me wrong, do a newsletter, right? Like you said, you can grow it to a wider audience. You can promote it, through your other channels or whatever to other people who aren't willing to make a school profile yet. But to
bro,
be honest, though,
I'll sound like an MLM if I can do whatever this guy's doing. I don't even care.
woo,
50K a month from affiliates,
woo,
lifetime.
I get $570 a month, and I feel like I'm a gangster. Like,
I
what the
get
hell,
390.
dude? That's so gangster, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna front. Most of mine, I feel like, is coming from other groups I've helped create or like I've like guided people through creating. I guess that's probably yours too, though,
That's
right?
yeah, that's part of
Yeah.
it.
I
And
think
yeah,
I think where I see an opportunity as well for me is that in the past company I helped build out a company that's had like the group coaching part and the enrollment part. Like I'm an expert in that, and I think I could see an opportunity for me to go into a little bit like what Bijan's doing with you, but in very specific groups and go in and say, hey, I can show you how to build out that group coaching thing about teaching how to create the transformation actually the practical ways that they could do that, build the workshops, because that's my
And you
skill.
have
And I
credit
could also go as a consultant for that.
and you have the credibility to do it too. Like, because most people who are telling people, I can help you, scale or like build, probably have like this much expertise realistically. Like that's from
yeah,
when I talked to a guy yesterday who was really cool, right? But like he was like, I'm helping people launch schools. And I was like, cool, man, what have you done before this? And he's like not to be rude, but like he had like zero experience and like he had it kind of figured out, but it's like you know, if it was between him or you, you know, but yeah, dude, I gotta jump. Unfortunately, I got a call here in like 12 minutes. I want to
Yeah, me
prep for
too.
it, but yeah, but I'm gonna hop off of
Cool,
here. But
man.
dude, Adrian, it was a pleasure to meet you, though, my guy. Good luck
Good to
with
meet you,
around the
Levi.
fire. Yeah, man. And
Yeah.
Bajan, will you text me your number or do you got a iMessage or WhatsApp? What
Yeah,
do you
yeah.
use to? Yeah.
I just use iMessage, really.
Hell yeah, bro. Send me your number, bro. Let's connect. I'm busy for the next week, but as soon as I get back from Vegas, we got to connect.
Sick. Let's do it.
All right, bro.
Thank you for joining, Levi. This made this morning amazing, so thank you.
No, I needed this morning too, bro. Nice to meet y'all. Talk to y'all soon.
See
Bye.
you, mate.
Bye.
So
Cool. So
yeah, for me now it's just about getting those posts out and then getting, looking at like connecting with people on LinkedIn and then getting on conversations where I share the vision. That seems to work. That's worked for me so far where I've gone on to people and shared what the vision is. They're like, oh my God, let me know when it's live. And then once I've shared the vision, if there's an interest there, then following up on email saying, hey, look, the group's live, the group's going to be live. But there's always going to be a bit of a crossover, isn't there? Like, yeah, it's going to, getting 10 people to go like that. And then, so that's the thing, that's the where I'm at now. That's the challenge that I'm at now is
yeah. So
yeah,
here's what I'm realizing about Skool. Everything that I'm learning about building a Skool community applies to social media. So it's like I'm learning so much about what we're doing right now. It applies to just people that you know from social media. Like I'm just going to start treating people the same way on cold audiences or like organic audiences as I'm hanging out with you guys. So think of it like that, like just do a live Zoom call, but I would do like one a week in your LinkedIn audience. Just like literally say, hey, like I'll DM you the Zoom link and I'm just going to be on Zoom for an hour on Thursday night. Hop on with me. And then at the end of that Zoom call, be like, yeah, here's the group I'm creating. You'll get tons of people to join.
yeah. So I have to work out that strategy. So you're saying every week, just go on LinkedIn and say, hey, jump on a Zoom, I'm doing a workshop or not a workshop, but
Yeah, just a hangout, just like, and if you, by the way, .com secrets, he says if you do one every week, and Alex, this is what Alex Hormozi did. If you do one every week, and don't read this book, just read $100 million offers and leads because Alex copied everything from this book in a good way. He just made it a little bit more applicable to today's day and age. Just do a webinar like that, do a hangout like that every week for the next 52 weeks, and you'll never have to worry about like creating wealth out of thin air again.
yeah. I think I'm getting there as well. So when I join in the next week to the paid thing, then we can work on my strategy and start to build it out as well. Because yeah, that would be good to do. Start to build that strategy and work it out. Because I'm not starting fresh. I've been in the coaching world for 10 years. I've got contacts. I've got people I've coached. I've got connections. So it's just working out that way. And I think probably the best thing is getting on calls, 20-minute calls and just see what people are up to and share my vision and then go back and say, hey, the group's going to be, you know, and then some people, the group's going to be live soon, like, and then because the benefit though, Bijan, like, is if you want to be coached, like I can say, hey, the group's live now, and then and you'll get coached in a week. So people are coming in to get coached. It's not like they're just sitting there. They're going to come in to get something.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's exciting.
Yeah. Not everyone wants to go to basketball practice, but when they do, it's fun. You know, if they go to
Yeah,
the park to play basketball every Wednesday, they're gonna have fun, even though it's kind of hard to get themselves to go do it. So yeah,
awesome, cool.
yeah. No, this was
All
good.
right.
I'm gonna put the recording in the classroom in the live call section. Did I? I didn't change that image. I need to change that. But yeah, this was really awesome. Um,
Yeah, so
yeah.
this is what I'll show you. The post I've got tomorrow is um yeah, it's a good one. I'll share it with you in a sec.
Where's the live call? There it is. Okay. Yeah, no, I would love to see that. here, if you want to share your screen, or you can just send it.
Yeah. I'll share it now.
There we go. Cool.
There. I think that's it. Can you see the?
Yeah,
Can you see?
I like that.
Yeah.
That's so good.
6 Steps to Live Your Purpose, written for men during Mental Health Week. Wisdom from 10 years of transformative coaching from being coached. And then it's got like, I've just like literally just the same kind of format alone, and just that's the post. Yeah.
That is amazing. That's gonna that has the potential to get like 100,000 likes on LinkedIn.
Mate, it's pure wisdom. Like, and this is what a client said to me. Have you got any books on living your purpose? I've basically copied what they said in the message, and then just put it literally in the post. And obviously the men thing as well. So it's like, yeah, it's all actionable things as well. So like the points are: change your story, transform your identity, create your purpose, align your head, heart, and gut, embrace the unknown, make an impact. So
That
how
seriously, that post is incredible. And see what happens when you copy the format of a post that works, but you
yeah,
make it
that's
your
the
own.
one. But it helps me so much structure it. It just keeps it simple for me, and just it's done.
Yep. And that's why he shared that guide, he's like, please copy this because it works.
I think the big thing for me is like just learning how to. Well, in his guide, you don't have to put 11 steps. You could put 3. So I'm doing the 369, which is that book, right? Which is very
Ah,
profound.
cool.
So the 369 is the keys to the universe. It's about manifestation. So I'm doing all of my posts 369 points.
I like that. I
There's a
like that.
subliminal message in it. It's the Tesla of energy, basically. So basically, the 369 is the world that you can't see of manifestation, and those are the numbers, the 3, 6, and 9. That's the invisible world that you of creation, basically. So
Who's the author of
I've been
that
doing
book?
all my posts 369.
Who's the author of that book?
Oh, mate, it's an absolute. I'll send you the link on Skool,
Okay.
and it's a journal. It's absolute game changer. It's
Yeah,
insane. It's an insane book. It's unbelievable. But yeah, his name is David Kasnecki. But I'll send you the book. There's like I've got 4 journals, but the 369 principle is the key is energy,
yeah.
which is Tesla. This is Tesla, right? So as I say, I write my post with 3, 6, or 9 points.
I
So I'm
love that.
subliminally setting that message to, which is, transformation that I create doesn't occur in their normal conscious world. The transformation that we work on is with clients is created through their energy, and it's they're bringing the world that they can't see into their reality, basically. So it's yeah, that's been my dedication for the last 10 years, studying like metaphysics, NLP, like somatic work, ontological coaching, very profound stuff.
Yeah, yeah. And that's why, I mean, that I'm so stoked to like learn by osmosis from what you're like, growing your school group, and I'm learning as you're asking these questions, and I feel very grateful to like have you on these calls.
Yeah, I love being on the calls, mate.
Yeah. This I feel like, and so for me, after this, I'm just gonna read the next chapter of this because my plan is to read the whole thing all the way through and then go back and apply things.
Well, it's awesome because you've got the technical stuff which I'm learning. Like I understand how to build a business through the service, but the technical piece you've mastered, and I've mastered the human potential piece. So it's kind of like so it helps. It's like a kind of
Yeah, yeah. And I need that part too in my I've been
it's a synergy.
preparing myself to like have to be able to use that part of myself, the human
Yeah.
potential part.
Yes, because because now I can do the coaching thing with my eyes closed. I can go as deep and as wide with somebody as I want with as many people, right? But ultimately, your school group is going to be successful when your ability to be able to coach and so there is a human element which is you inside the technological thing that you've created. And if you can show up as a more powerful leader, then less people will churn. Like more people will stay because like fuck, I don't just get this insight. I'm getting challenged as well in the right way, you know. So it's just it's that's transformation, and that's powerful, you know.
Yeah. Okay. I want to make sure this call records because this was amazing, and I just want to make sure it saves the right way. And I'm gonna in the post, I'm gonna say this call should have been in the paid group, and then see if that gets people to watch it because this was incredible.
Yeah, awesome.
But yeah, okay. I
Cool.
have a lot to think on.
Cool,
Cool.
bro.
Yeah. All right. See you in the next one.
Have a good day.
When's
Yeah,
the
see
next
you
one
soon.
are you gonna join tomorrow? Is today Friday? What day is it?
Yeah, I'll
Today's
probably
Thursday.
join like this week and next week, but I
Okay.
I will join before the first, you know,
Okay.
before the
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much, Adrian. This was a lot of fun. I'm actually probably gonna rewatch this call myself. So I'll see you in the next one. All right.
See you, Levi. Bye.